So now it's time for us to run the Zupdate utility and actually create our hotfixes add-on image. For this purpose, we're going to be using our Win7 ENGL test virtual machine. This is the virtual machine that was built in lesson 3 with the base hardware independent OS image and drivers. This is a great one to use to now be able to get your hotfixes add-on image created, as no additional hotfixes have been applied after the installation of the OS. ENGL does recommend that you use a workstation that was built using the hardware independent base that's created through the toolkit process, and not just installing Windows from media and then running the hotfixes from there. So the first thing we need to do is connect our USB drive to this virtual machine. Again, we'll select the VM menu, removable devices, select our USB drive and click connect, disconnecting it from the host. We'll go ahead and open the drive and we see our Zupdate folder that we created in the previous lesson. Double clicking on that and then running the zupdate.exe utility on the welcome screen. We'll click next. On the settings screen, we're going to keep the selection for Windows Update Service over the internet. It is necessary for this machine to be able to access the web in order to create this hotfixes add-on image, and we're only going to be looking for critical or security updates. So on the settings screen, we'll click next. The Zupdate utility does validate that the Windows Update version is the latest, so on the Zupdate pop-up screen, we'll click OK. And then on the Windows Update Discovery screen, we'll click Next, and the utility will search for updates. We can see that the utility has found quite a few critical and security updates. Scan down through those to make sure which ones you do or do not want to apply. As we discussed in the introductory lesson, we do want to deselect the .NET Framework updates. Those can be applied later using patch management or using an application bundle. ENGL does not recommend that we deploy .NET Framework updates in this hotfixes add-on image. So once we've made our selections on this screen, we're going to click Next. Now it's time for us to select the path where we want all of the files that are involved in the hotfixes add-on image to go, and that's going to be out to our USB drive. So we'll go ahead and click on that drive and click on the Zupdate folder. And we'll leave the other items on that screen at the defaults and click Next. This Windows Update Export screen is where we get to decide what file type we would like the add-on image to be in. Since CCM does support Microsoft Windows Imaging Interface, or WIM, we would be able to select that here, but because we are working with ZENworks Imaging, we're going to select the ZMG format, and we'll click Next on the Windows Update Export screen. And now the utility is going to build the add-on image for us. And on the completion screen, we'll click Finish. And we now have our hotfixes ZMG in our Zupdate folder, as well as the source for what is in that ZMG file. And if we take a look in that structure, we can see all of the hotfixes that are contained in that ZMG file.